Friends, I'm recording a long video. Why F1 visa? It's very easy to come to America because when you plan in BTech third year, write GRE TOEFL or GMAT TOEFL for MBA and MS. In Hyderabad these days, if you pay money, somebody will write in India. It is most easiest visa if they give it. In US visa is 100% luck. So any other visa, it is tough to come. So F1 visa, it is very easy. That's why many are opting it. And Kumar has contacted several people for last 12 years. And when I was in India, almost 12 years, I did my research on F1 and H1B. Almost 24 years of experience gathering inputs from the best case, worst case, and presenting here. It is easy to do because it costs 7 to 15 lakhs. That is you can convert into dollars in Texas A&M University, other universities. And even in fact, some ex-colleagues, friends told they bring their siblings on F1 visa to do babysitting for their children. It is that easy. And because of the local community colleges, they opt. And after that, OPT they give for 27 months non-taxable or less taxable income to get the money whatever they spend. And CPT is for 12 months, which is not there in Europe. That is the difference between US and Europe education. Educational consultants are all brokers. They cheat, they produce fraudulent financial bank statements and some help writing GRE and TOEFL, GMAT by giving hard preparation. Some they help in the illegal way. So you don't need to approach educational consultancies. What is my hater says? Haters say Kumar did not study MS, so don't listen to Kumar. But they all approach the educational consultancies. Educational consultancies now did MS in US, right? And haters anyway, they hate truth. They do crime. So best case also I'm presenting. One guy, he studied BSc and educational consultancy is denied, and then he went to YouTube and typed my H1B life in America. Then in 2011 to 14 story. Then he got my videos. That's how he connected, and I interviewed him also. So when he went to visa interview, visa officer get up from the chair and shouted congratulations. So that's what Kumar is telling. You should aim for number one university. But still work permit H1B is a lottery system, not merit. So it's not guaranteed is what he worried. In case if he doesn't pick up, he is prepared to go back to India, though he spent $50,000 plus on MS. That's about the best case. Another best case, Swaraj, I'm placing the video. The rest are all worst case who fall into the trap of body shops. My ex-colleagues, I don't want to name him. He says body shops gave him life because whatever the reasons. So he praised body shops as God. Some students following from India, they scold, they praise me, but when they come here, they fall into the body shops and they say you are wrong. So this is the Indian's tendency. Hardly a few people only return to India. Rest of them stayed for a green card, US citizenship, whatever. Thank you. Friends and everyone, today is my first coffee. Today I spoke to one gentleman. He came to US for MS, non-IT. He became an entrepreneur, and it's non-IT and power sector. So he is a product of BITS Pilani in India, and he told the difference between BITS Pilani and IITs. IITs are 30 years old, and he gave a lot of information. What is there in visa? It is their countries they are protecting, right? So the advice from him is like you have to tell the subscribers there are privileges to come. One is truthful to yourself and set your path, create your own path. Otherwise, go to consultancies, OPT, CPT. That is like in my one of my videos I told build your career on crime. That's one, and he told, I mean, it's long 1 hour interaction, and for him, he get $2,000 an hour if he speaks in any public forum on his subject. So whatever I am saying is, it's money is byproduct. But what he noticed, people are Kumar, you are right. Especially Indians, they die for $5 an hour. They work 120 hours. Then when do they study for masters, right? For this country, you have to come with great clarity, read the rules. It's a privilege to come, right? Rather than demand green cards. And Nepal is got, Pakistan is got, Bangladesh is got. So I have to get. There is no thumb rule like that. They follow per country quota. It's not racism. If it is racism, in India, neighboring state people, they beat each other, right, for language, dialect, whatever. So that's what. And you need to remember, I'm not here to spell out what kind of visas banned and all. You need to know why they banned, why President Trump has banned. And what he advises, circumstances. People blame circumstances, and just because you studied BTech or MS, you won't get job. To get a job, there are so many other parameters will be fall in line, and money is byproduct. That's what I forgot to stress earlier. Yeah. Thank you.
Do you care about that? Do you want to go to classes or you don't want to go to classes? Be honest with me.
Anything is fine, but my status should be maintained.
Okay, I can do that for you.
So I can transfer.
Yeah, but I don't, like I said, the way it would work is I would keep your status, we'll give you your CPT day one, right? But I don't have any classes to give you. We would create it, obviously, in our system, we would create that you're going to classes. So what we would need from you is we will send you documents or the class and schedule that says you've gone to classes and everything like that. And that's what you wanted?
Yes.
Okay, you know this is not legal, right? So it has to kind of stay between us, right?
I know.
Okay. Same here. So we were talking here. You said your Shruti friend, you got both know Shruti, or?
Yeah.
Okay. She asked that about the classes. We don't have any classes right now, and
I'm okay with that.
so she's okay with that. And that's the same thing. Shruti explained to you.
Whatever she is comfortable, I'm okay with that.
Did Shruti explain to you guys how it works? Okay, explain everything to you guys. It's not legal, so I mean we have to. This process is if if the authorities or immigration were to find out that you guys are not going to classes, we can be in trouble for this. So it's important that we keep this between us, right?
Sure.
You know, that's the most important thing. As long as you guys understand that, as long as you. I think I told you this. This is not legal, so it has to stay between us, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
We can't get in trouble or anything.
We don't want to.
No, not at all.
It's between us.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's I don't want to go. That's why I came.
Okay. So here's the deal. I don't know if this is what you're looking for. If this is not what you're looking for, just forget about what I said. Have a good day. Are you guys looking for like a? Are you just looking for just a way to maintain your status, or are you looking for to go to classes or anything like that?
Right now, I'm not sure. I just started my OPD part 4A. It's case of state.
So I've made some arrangements for students in your scenario in the past. Most of them are from Silicon Valley or MPU. They came to me as like, Ali, I just want to stay here. I don't really want to go to classes, stuff like that. So we made an arrangement for them to be able to stay here. So what we do is we'll register them in classes. But at this point, we don't have the classes that even if we did, to offer them. But what we do is we register you in classes, and these classes that are just, there's no professors because we don't have enough professors to cover them in. Okay. And then we provide day one CPT. That's what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's what we are looking for. Because right now we're doing marketing.
Huh?
Right now we're doing marketing, so
okay.
Right now we are.
You know what? If that's what you're looking for, I'll help you guys out. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you got.
That's the main thing.
It's not legal, so I gotta let you know. Like it has to stay between us, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Good morning, everyone.
Friends, one person came to US, is not an American, is not an Indian. So he worked as a teaching assistant to a professor. So he wrote an email. Let me read the email as it is, by not revealing the years and university names. Again, the disclaimer is I'm not against Indians, India, America and Americans. I love America, Americans, India and Indians and human beings. Again, I'm not against one particular race or community, and not against international students. The reason I'm placing this video is for Indians in India, professors, especially parents, needs to introspect and do a root cause analysis and find a fix, rather than pushing 200,000 students from India with huge loans to US. So you need to know what's going on here. Again, I always prefer top 3 universities. It doesn't mean that whoever joined, some subscriber said say top 500. So it doesn't mean that whoever not in top 3 are bad. So don't think like that. So I came to United States in the year, it was almost 10 years or 15 years old story, but still it is happening. That is where somebody's professor sent an email to me in the year with F1 visa, in brackets non-Indian, to do my PhD. In the university. I'm not reading university name. It was a direct PhD admission in computer science from my undergrad. For the first 2 semesters, I appointed as a teaching assistant to help undergraduates and master students with their homework and lab projects. 2/3 of master students were from India, and there started my hard times to fight with them. When a professor teaches a course over and over, the homework and assignments are almost similar with minor changes. With that minor changes, the results varied. But these students copied homework assignments from the students who already did the course before, without realizing the minor changes, that their results came as same as previous semester. The reason I laugh, because in India copy is very common. You type in Google, right? You will get those things, and so they copied without any making changes. For example, if I write Kumar, they copy Kumar. Their name they have to type, right? With no teaching experience, I could catch them. So they were so blind in copying. That's what I just explained. They did not even bother to read the questions. After the grades were published, they argued with me about their grades and tried to give a logic of having the same answers to previous semesters. So I requested meeting. Just folded the laptop and I very disturbed. With no teaching experience, I could catch them. They were so blind in copying. They did not even bother to read. They argued with me about their grades. They tried logic of having same answers to the previous semesters. I requested to the department chair that I would no longer be TA, teaching assistants of master students. It was very stressful to fight against cheating. Then in the next following year, so again I'm not revealing some of the email details, I chose my professor Dr. ABC and started my PhD thesis. So one of my jobs was to help him in his classes. Unfortunately, he got a very important core grad course. Then again, I had to deal with master students. My professor was a very simple American guy. He doesn't have any idea of cheating. So his professor doesn't have any idea. So my professor was very simple American guy. He doesn't have any idea of cheating. I warned him, but he was so kind and believed his students. They started the abusing of his kindness. They started copying again and even offered me money to solve their paper homework. That's very sad. I informed my professor and did not reveal the names. So he's good guy then. The person the professor sent email is very humble because he did not reveal the names of students. Otherwise, university will bar them, right? Otherwise, yeah, they would be expelled from the school, and we will have one less H1B abuser thanks to our kindness. Then in the final exam, they sit in very dense way and seeing each other papers in the exam hall while my professor was explaining questions to some other student. Then we find the same answers in all exam sheets and it was surprise for my professor. He could not believe his eyes. Then he started randomly assigning seats for each of the students like in India, right? There comes the new way of cheating. Some solved something, took a picture with phone, WhatsApp, and the picture in a group, and again everyone had the same answers. It took us a long time to realize what's going on. Then all phones had to be on professor's table before sitting for an exam. Then they started passing the papers under the table, and again everyone had the same answers. I wish they could use their intelligence for something productive. I saw a doctorate professor being so helpless teaching these cheaters. So then he appointed all his PhD students as a exam proctors in the final exam. So there were in total 6 of us proctored the exam. PRO, CTO, like I said, I'm bad at English. Proctored the exam hall around 60 students. That was also my last semester, and I saw Indian students suffering in the exam hall because finally they could not copy or cheat, and there we got their real grades. And you can guess how that looked like. So in my whole graduate life from around total 5 years he studied, right, for PhD. I was teaching assistant on and off, and I experienced this situation which pissed me off. These students eventually passed and got a master's degree in computer science, and with the help of from Indian hiring managers and recruiters sitting in every big companies and got job working as programmers, software engineers, blah blah blah, lada, whatever. I'm also working as software developer in a big company with PhD degree. I wonder what is the difference between me and them. I'm also in the queue for a GC with these people. Is this justice? What is the fate of those American master students who never did any cheating? I think they don't have any idea that cheating is a thing. No idea cheating is a thing. If they could not solve anything, they left the paper blank. That means he is talking about Americans. If they don't know, they leave the blank paper and go. Went to the professor or the TA for helping them understand the problems. That is the difference between Indians and Americans. Indians copy and pass. Americans, they go to professor and ask. That's what he was writing. I don't see these people often around. I am very much concerned about the bill S386. This bill may not be, this word may not be understandable to many in India. Please Google it, S386, which will just destroy the American people's life and other skilled immigrants from ROW. I don't know, so I asked what is ROW. Then he said it is the rest of the world excluding Indians. So there will be
there will be invasion of Indian people in the tech industry, and in every single tech job will under their control. So they will not give any chance to any American or rest of the world. It will be only theirs. So that's what he was anticipating, saying that I don't want to show much of the mail. Thank you for your patience.